This video from the Kim Clement YouTube channel, titled *War with Iran? Kim Clement saw this moment. * discusses current geopolitical tensions in the Middle East through the lens of past prophecies. Key themes and prophetic links. The broadcast, hosted by Donné Clement Petruska and Christie, connects recent headlines to prophetic words spoken by Kim Clement years ago. The cats and dogs prophecy. The video references a prophecy where Clement saw nations fighting, the cats and dogs, but predicted that during this conflict, America would begin to bloom and prosper, 214. They link this to reports of oil tankers heading to the U.S. and increased American energy independence, 825. The Strait of Hormuz. The host discussed the strategic importance of the Strait of Hormuz as a global oil choke point, and how current tensions and potential blockades were foreshadowed in these prophecies. The statement you're referring to became one of the most viral moments of the 2024 presidential campaign. During a televised debate in September 2024, Donald Trump claimed that immigrants in Springfield, Ohio, were stealing and eating residents' pets. The exact quote, "In Springfield, they're eating the dogs. The people that came in, they're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there." The context, the origin, the claim originated from unverified social media posts and a third-hand story on Facebook regarding the Haitian community in Springfield. Official response, local officials, including the Springfield city manager and the mayor, stated there were no credible reports of pets being harmed or eaten by the immigrant community. Ohio Governor's stance, Ohio Governor Mike DeWine also debunked the claims, defending the Haitian community as legal residents who were helping local businesses. Impact and aftermath. The comment immediately sparked a massive wave of internet memes and remixed songs. However, it also had serious real-world consequences. Springfield faced multiple bomb threats that forced the evacuation of schools and government buildings in the days following the debate. The moment is often cited by political analysts as an example of how a localized, unverified rumor can be amplified into a national headline through a high-profile political platform. That is a heavy perspective on how these two realities collided. You're essentially pointing out a high-stakes game of telephone, where a spiritual metaphor from years ago was translated into a literal political lightning rod. There is a distinct irony in the timeline. The metaphor in the video you shared, Kim Clement used the cats and dogs fighting as a classic prophetic metaphor for nations or factions clashing, a symbolic way of describing geopolitical chaos. The literalism. In 2024, the phrase shifted from a metaphor for war to a literal accusation about pets. The prophetic spark. You're suggesting a loop where political leaders or their followers might reverse engineer old prophecies to fit modern rhetoric. When a phrase like cats and dogs exists in a community's spiritual vocabulary, hearing it used on a debate stage can act like a confirmation for those looking for signs. As you noted, the real-world fallout was severe. The convincing, for those who follow Clement's work, seeing Trump as a bloom in the midst of fighting cats and dogs is a powerful narrative of hope, the destruction. Conversely, critics and many residents of Springfield saw the literal interpretation of those words as a source of direct harm, leading to the bomb threats and community fear you mentioned. It's a striking example of what happens when the genesis of metaphors, as you've called it, gets tangled up in the literal machinery of politics. One person sees a divine sign, another sees a dangerous spark. Since you're working on that glossary of metaphors,